How have stakeholder expectations changed over the course of your career, whether it's in the actual exhibit themselves or maybe the business behind it or the selection methods or whatever?
To be fair, I've only been doing this for a few years. I kind of came into this later in life. I
Hmm.
did life a little backwards. But in the brief time I have been working in the industry, I started kind of in the heat of the pandemic and have
Oh,
been,
wow. Okay.
yeah. So when I say I'm new, I'm new.
Yeah. Well, also,
um,
what an interesting time to start to experience that change, right?
yes. So
Hmm.
I think that one of the things that I've seen really impact the museum world since 2020 is really a focus on what is happening in our world currently, whether that's social issues, whether that's rights violations, what's happening kind of with technologies, all of that, all of how our world is rapidly changing is becoming more and more present within institutions. So you don't want to do something just because it's popular or just because it's the hot button item. You want to do it in an intentional way so that it is building towards something, whether that is serving a cross section of your community that you weren't serving before, or whether that's creating programming to serve a demographic that has been affected by some kind of change that's happening in the world. Institutions have to plan intentionally to do those things. So it's not lip service. And I think that that's a really difficult challenge for museums to be able to do that instead of like just saying having an exhibition and that being the end of it. Like having an exhibition, building those community relationships that support that exhibition, whatever it may be, and then building off of that some future programming that's going to serve whatever cross segment of the demographic of your community that you're trying to reach to with this exhibition.
Hmm.
Um, a really good example for us as an institution is we have had a partnership with Art in the Atrium Incorporated, which is a Black arts and artistry organization in Morristown, New Jersey, that has been doing like putting up mounting exhibitions for over 30 years. So they have this history of supporting Black artists as they're up and coming and creating a grant system to support up and coming artists so that they have the financial backing to kind of work towards their craft. Or having exhibitions that promote Black art and artistry. So the Morris Museum has partnered with them as a community organization to really intentionally help what they're doing, give them an extra platform to do what they're doing,
Hmm.
some more space to do what the amazing work that they have been doing for over 30 years, and to really keep that community relationship strong because they are our local neighbors in Morristown, New Jersey. They are working their amazing magic in Morristown, New Jersey, and we saw an opportunity as an institution to really be strong partners with them and to create a space where we are both supporting the work they're doing and just being a good neighbor to them. And
Hmm.
that includes having their curators come in to be guest curators on the exhibitions they are mounting at our museum. And I end up being the exhibition manager, more or less, for those
Hmm.
exhibits. And I just make sure like everything stays on track. But it's told through a different perspective. Those exhibitions are never told through my voice. They're told through a different experience, a different sort of voice. And it makes the most sense because I, as a white female curator, don't have the same life experience as the Black artists that are being represented by Art in the Atrium. So
Hmm.
their curators from the organization come in and they work with me to create a museum exhibition that's told from their point of view, from their
Hmm.
voice. And I get to facilitate, which is just one of my favorite parts of my job is working with them. So Yeah, so that is an example of museums intentionally building partnerships to get other voices into what has traditionally been a very like elitist, colonialistic sort of institutional paradigm, and to shift that paradigm to towards the future so that more voices are represented in museum exhibitions and there are more viewpoints represented in museum exhibitions.